right, let's talk about some turtle soup action. This is a good little, very good risk to reward ratio model. Okay, you just need to be patient for it. All right, and you need to not get overexcited and try and catch a falling knife. When you're in the kitchen and you drop a big knife, you don't try and catch it in midair. You wait for it to hit the bottom, hit the floor, and bounce. Okay, same thing here. Okay, you cannot trade turtle soup without displacement. All right, deal. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame here, we're looking at the old NASDAQ. We have days of liquidity that have been built up. Okay, we have this day, and then partially this day right here, right? And we started dumping somewhere around like noon, 1 o'clock, and just took a crazy. Actually, I think it was more like around 11. We started reversing. Okay, so what am I looking for with this turtle soup? All right, so this turtle soup in specific. Okay, I pulled a fib range. As you can see, I have the high, I have the low, and then I have the 50% mark. Okay, so I'm not really trying to soup something that's been built up in this range that is not beyond the 50%, right? If I'm wanting a long, I want it to be down in discount. If I want a short, I want it to be up in premium. Okay. All right. So also, the idea of turtle soup is that we are scooping a bunch of buy side or sell side liquidity. Okay. If I'm gonna long in here, okay, and I'm gonna long in here, and I'm even gonna take longs in here, where are my stop losses going? My stop losses are going under the low, okay, under these lows. All right. So as I can see a low and then a low and then a low, I know that there's lots of stop losses sitting under here. All right. And I know that, the market moves to liquidity. All right. And we even had some, fair value gaps sitting right here. So I have fair value gaps. I have a low. I have a low. I have a low right here. I have a low. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of liquidity. This is over days of liquidity building up. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to pull back potentially into that area. We're going to sweep all of that liquidity. All right. So my turtle soup setup when I'm looking on like a 1 hour is I want to see it sweep into the 50%. I want to see it hit a high time frame fair value gap, some kind of internal liquidity. So I want this liquidity swept, okay, and I want to see us move into a point of interest. All right. And then I'm going to drop in right on the 5 minute, let's see, the 5 minute, the 1 minute. Okay, I favor the 3 minute because I'm very strange. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that. All right, so we came in, we've got our soup. Let me move my stuff over here. All right, there we go. So we came in, we got our soup, right? So we swept all that liquidity. Now I am not waiting for, I'm not doing anything while this is a falling knife. Okay, I am waiting for a move and a displacement in the right direction. Okay, so also you're going to want to see a couple of consolidations on the way down. Okay, we had a consolidation up here, we had a consolidation right here, and then we kind of dropped. Okay, so 2 or 3 consolidations. All right, so this is basically like a market maker model playing out. Okay, the market maker model sell model came down, and now potentially we're going to start a market maker model sell back up to the external liquidity up in here. Okay, all right, so what we got here on this little turtle soup trade is all of this drop. You can see all of this drop. Okay, I'm waiting for multiple consolidations, so I'm not really interested in turtle souping here, turtle souping here. I'm not interested until we drop into this 1 hour, right? This 1 hour liquidity that we hit into this fair value gap that was just below that. Okay, now I'm interested. All right, that's what's going to keep me from trying to long all this stuff up here. There's no reason for me to be trying to long up here, okay, with this model. All right, so it comes down in my zone. Boom, get a little displacement right here. Okay, cool. All right, what do we get right here? We actually get a nice displacement. So we get a little retracement here. We come down. We actually swept this low. Okay, and then we start to displace up here. Okay, and created this nice little fair value gap. There you go. Okay, keep it simple. Stops below the low, and you can target. Oop, 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 there we go. All right, let's put it up here. Let's say we waited to make sure that that candle reacted. All right, and then now what am I going to target? Well, I'm definitely going to be targeting these highs right here, right? Because look at this. This is an area for fair value gaps right here. So this potentially is a barrier. So that's where I'm going to be targeting. Okay. I like to take profits at 1 to 2. All right. And yeah, that's not a bad little trade right there. Okay. Now I know we're getting this nice looking reversal right here. Okay. But this is a nice trade. And that's how you do turtle soup. Okay. And another very aggressive way to do turtle soup is when we have a fair value gap that gets run through. Okay. So I like to wait for the displacement because we did create this fair value gap right here. Okay. And then we just like push down through it and swept these lows again. I really like try to wait for an actual an actual market shift right here like this. Okay. Where we actually create a little high, we come down, and then we create fair value gaps running up and over that high. Okay. And then I want to see us come down into that fair value gap that was created. Okay. This is the part that helps you be patient with this. Because if not, you're going to be trying to long and just trying to catch everything. Okay. And you're going to get stuff like this where you're like, oh, fair value gap long. Then it just, comes down and it stops you out just to move, in the next move into your direction. Okay. So wait for these shifts. Okay. Wait for these shifts. Look at this respect to the fair value gap. You could totally have been like, oh, there it is. And then candle opens, whoop, goes straight up. You could even wait for this one, right? We open the candle here, we came back into it, and then we move up. You could still, you could patiently wait for that. Okay. And now here's the thing. So stops below the low, all right, or the creation of the fair value gap, because we should not disrespect this fair value gap with this order flow. Okay. This is how you get really, really nice risk to reward. All right. That's almost 1 to 4 now. Okay. And you have all this time to get out. Look at that. You have all that time to get out. No problem. Okay. And I would target, these highs up here, right about there. And I mean, that's just interesting how we wicked those highs 3 times. Bang, bang, bang. All right. This market moves from internal liquidity to external liquidity. All right. Really. And then from internal to external and external to internal. That's all it does. It's either going, for, buy side, sell side liquidity, or it's going for a fair value gap of some sort. Okay. So that's where we use this to our advantage. So yes, I know I'm taking this trade all the way to the top, but I told you, and like I say in a lot of my videos, once I get 1 to 2 plus, I'm starting to pull. Okay. Guaranteed on this little candle right here, I just know myself because I watch my trades. I sit there, and I would have sold a couple contracts right there. Boom, boom, boom. Then I would have held. Okay. And honestly, if it's getting 1 to 3, a lot of times I will take most of it. I will take a lot of profit out. And, if I'm running a well-funded account, then I will, I trade between 10 and 20 contracts. Maybe I'll sell 7, hold 3. Okay. So I probably would have gotten stopped out, maybe somewhere in here on the 3. Okay. So that's still a very great trade. So that's turtle soup. Take your time with this, back test. And when you back test, focus on not catching that falling knife. Okay. Don't try and long as soon as you see this little green candle. Okay. Wait for the displacement. Wait for price action to start disrespecting order flow in the direction that you want. Okay. We had this fair value gap right here. What did we do? We blew through it, creating a fair value gap. Okay. This is what I want to see. I don't want to just see this and then this comes up, because I could have come all the way up to here and then respected that fair value gap right here and just got rejected. Okay. Now I'm down here trying to hunt another long because I already lost one. All right. So wait for this. See this fair value gap displaces through. But what do? Create this fair value gap. We disrespect it. We created a bullish one. We came down and respected this bullish one. All right. So remember, This one is definitely like a 1 hour high time frame. You want to have an idea of your market maker models. You want to look for your point of interest on the 1 hour. You're waiting for that liquidity to be swept. You're thinking about where are sell side and buy side stops sitting, right? Because you are trying to soup those stops. All right. So this was a nice little turtle soup today. Had somebody actually in our Discord point this out, and I believe they caught a nice little trade. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to teach on it. Now, right now, you can see. Let me check to see what you can see. Let me move. Hold on a second. I want to show you one thing because it's actually happening live right now. There we go. Okay. So we have an SMT right now. Okay. NQ made a higher high and ES made a lower low. Okay, so that's bullish. So we'll see where that goes. That's just a bullish thing. The SMTs is something I definitely look for, and it's actually a great confluence for turtle soup is to actually see the SMT. Now it's not a requirement for me to see SMT, but I like it when I see it. Okay, because a lot of times SMTs mark the bottoms and they mark the tops. All right. Hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, jump in the Discord and ask us.